Hello everyone, my name is Pooja. I am from Sam Higginbottom University of Agricultural Technology and Sciences from Ethlyn College of Home Science of Department of Food Nutrition and Public Health. Today here in this video, I am going to give presentation on fluorine. Here in this video, this book contains all type of history, functions, toxicity, RDA and absorption, excretion and utilization and etc. And also the recommended dietary allowance for Indian population as per RDA and National Agriculture has also been given, and it also includes the richest source of fluorine along with their 100 gram nutritional value has also been discussed in this video, and it also contains all the updated information about fluorine. First of all, I would like to thank my Professor Mrs. Virginia Paul ma'am for being able to complete this project with success. With her guidance and her suggestions that helped me this project to make it a full success with her instructions to completion of this project. And I would like to thank my friends and classmates who has been helpful in various phases of completion of the project. And I heartfully thank everyone for this project who helped me a lot. History. First of all, in this fluorine, let us take a talk about a history. It was first discovered by Henry Morrison in 1886, and it was first isolated in 1886, constructed from the platinum. It is the group. It is elements are it also called group 17, and the constructor from platinum that he won Nobel Prize for chemistry in 1906. Introduction. It mainly form in nature through fluoride in nature, and it is also concentrations like soil, water, plants and animals. It also included in the all the diets, and also it also present in the bones, teeth, thyroid gland and also skin. It mainly absorbed in the intestines and transport it in the bloodstream that stored in the teeth and bones, and it is also rapidly absorbed. And also if this level is too low in blood and tissues, it is rapidly excreted in the urine. Functions. It is a normal mineralization that which includes bones health and the formation of dental enamel, and in this 96% of fluoride this is found in teeth and bones, and this it prevents mainly dental caries by reducing the enamel in acids produced by bacteria, and it also helps to maintain bone structure and treat conditions that cause faster than normal bones loss such as menopause. It is also a part of calcium fluoroepitate and also helps to prevent a heart disease, and it is also the combination with vitamin D with the treatment of osteoporosis. RDA, recommended dietary allowance. In this, for children the recommended dietary allowance should be 0.2 mg, and for adults it should be 1.5 mg. Next, absorption and excretion. It mainly absorbed through the passive diffusion through mouth, stomach, small intestine, lungs and skin, and it is also a soluble fiber that absorbed for 86 to 97% through gastrointestinal tract, and it is also excreted through urine, sweat, saliva, milk, and main route is urine, and it is also absorbed from the drinking water. It is almost complete. Next, side effects. It is mainly lead to increased cavities, weak bones and teeth, and it is also seen rarely in the infants which who get too much fluoride before the teeth has broken through the gums have changes in the enamel that covers the teeth, and we can see the white lines or streaks that appear in the teeth. Sources. In this, water contains 1 ppm of fluoride that daily we have to take supplies of 1 to 2 mg per day, and hot water contains approximately 10 ppm of fluoride, and the seafood contains 5 to 10 ppm that which includes a large amount, and it is also contains in tea. According to the National Institute Nutrient, that NIN, the content of tea ranges between 110 Ug to 140 Ug of dry tea powder. Food source of fluoride. In these food sources, it daily includes in drinking water. In our daily life, we used to drink water. That is a common source, and also it is seen in the water that we used for cooking, and it is also seen in the seafoods, and also in the tea gluten, and it also contains in the mussels and other shellfish, clip and tea, and it is also included in the all type of, and this main food sources that includes all type of sea vegetables, leafy vegetables, and also it includes us the vegetables all that we have included here. Next, it is daily, we can see this flow daily exposure in our daily routine, that way which may included through fluoridated toothpaste, mouthwash, and Teflon coated paints. And it also based on a spray of horticulture contribute to ingestion of large amounts of fluoride, and it is also finds way to seawater, surface water, underground water, and vegetation. It is also access to environment due to various industrial activities like manufacture of fluoride containing fertilizers, aluminium smelting, nuclear power plants, electric power industry, petroleum refining industry, and automobile emission. Next, toxicity. This fluoride toxicity can be seen not only in India but China, South Africa, and Tunisia. According to the survey of NIN in the Tamil Nadu of western districts, they have taken 30 villages for survey, and they have revealed that in that villages the drinking water contains 0.5 to 6.6 ppm fluoride content, and the dental molting range from 17 to 36%. And it is also swallowed and should not be used by children under the age of 6, and it is it is carefully supervised program for the younger children. And if we intake of 20 to 40 mg per day can inhibit the important enzyme of phosphate. Phosphates are needed for calcium utilization that metabolize in tissues and bones and hair teeth, and it is also the increase of risk of molting. And a daily intake of 40 to 70 mg per day can lead to the cause of heartburn, pains in the extremities. Next, recommendations. In this, the recommendation of infants under the age of 0 to 6 months, they should take 0.01 milligrams per day, and for the age of 7 to 12 months they should intake 0.5 mg per day. And coming to children, from the age of 1 to 3 years they should take 0. Children, they should take 0.7 mg per day. For the age of 4 to 8 years children, they should take 1.0 mg per day. For 9 to 13 years of children, they should take 2.0 mg per day. Coming to adults, male that who ages from 14 to 18 years, they should take 3.0 mg per day. Males over 18 years, they should take 4.0 mg per day. Female over 14 years, they should take 3.0 mg per day. Next, this table which was taken through the National Nutrient Database, that the Department of Agriculture, that this table totally explained the food or drink. In the first column we can take the food and drink, and the second fluoride that is taken per the 100 grams, and this given in the mg form, and the portions that we are taking, and this is the mg per portion. The portions that we are taking here in the last column, it is mentioned that the portion how much we are taking per mg per portion. This table can clearly explain all the mg nutritional database. Next, and it is also having two major forms, that which include skeletal fluorosis and dental fluorosis. This skeletal fluorosis, patient may develop fitness, joint pain, and dermatitis. And also there is a fluid toxicity called genuilgum, that means knock-keys, that prevalence among boys. Dental fluorosis. Next, the fluoride content of water is high. Of teeth, in this the teeth is common, and the pigmentation separates patches as white as chalks. And also small pits may be present on the surface. It is normally generally affected the upper jaw and is mainly seen in children and exposed high fluoride intake, and it is also may lead to cause the hypothyroidism, and these hormones of the metabolism like parathyroid hormone level may are evaluated. Next, diagnosis. It mainly done through testing of blood, urine, drinking water, fluoride content and hemoglobin. And this test can also done by forearm X-ray. Treatment of fluorine, that includes the symptoms of anemic fluorosis, and this developed for the defluorination of water, and this intake of tamarind helps in delaying the progression fluorosis by enhancing urinary excretion of fluoride. Next, fluorine deficiency. In this, the fluorine deficiency is much more likely that fluoric it is a major problem in the body that which absorb proteins and is poorly absorbed by the body, and it is rapidly absorbed through the stomach and quickly reach to the toxic levels. Here in these pictures we can see the deficiency symptoms that which we have affected by the fluorine. Next, references. These are some of the references where we have gathered all type of information. You can follow these references for the more updated information about fluorine. Thank you so much for watching my video. Thank you.